from back in the day?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I feel like I probably would just go Alistair here, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like they're going to do that.
Yeah, they're going to do that.
They're going to do that.
It makes me a little bit...
yeah, I'm kind of thinking it'd be the Jax jungle, you know, specifically in the Viego is obviously very auto-based.
Tristana, that is going to be a bit of a worrisome sign. Let's jump onto the Rift here for game number 2.
Those janky skins we used to have.
Oh, so good.
Like Lollipoppy and so.
As Pledder is going to face check and then immediately regret his decision and walk away. Does manage to find the wall, but he's not out of the woods just yet. Sand Soldier spotting what's going on here, as Pledder still hasn't flashed and won't have to, but will miss out on a bit here.
So the bad news is that he's obviously going to be late to lane. The other bad news is he actually burned both health potions there.
Got it. What about the good news?
If you're an Nongshim fan, this is a fantastic start.
Ah, you're not allowed to do that. You were talking about it from his perspective.
Yeah, I kind of didn't have an answer on that one.
I'm going to look to move around. I think spotted that Fisher did put that ward down.
And now Sponge will just do the thing of going, yep, he cleared that camp. Oh, we're going to head up to the Raptors. Actually, he's skipping the Raptors. He's going to look in here.
He's just going to face check. Does manage to get right on top of Sylvie here. Finds the counter-strike as well. Level 4 for the Viego, but doesn't have very much health. Be able to get a Q off, and let's see who's going to be able to lock this one down. It's Sponge that collects the red.
And
so that is actually huge. He'll also be able to get up here towards the top side as Dundun going aggressive towards Frog. Has a full minion wave to deal with here. And Sponge going to have that one smote away. Should still be able to get a few of these little rocks, and regardless, this is good news for the Jax. Kind of feeling like he's back in the game.
Someone gets hit, and this one's being...
I think they just stun each other in the sky over and over again.
You reckon? I feel like some dude's just going to be, you know, walking his dog or something. He gets hit by an arrow, and he's frozen for like 7 years or something.
No, but remember, like, League of Legends is played like hovering above.
Oh, yeah.
So when that gets fired out, it just goes off into the atmosphere.
The internet is a thing.
To the internet.
I feel like there was a terrible idea to dive into the lore.
I know.
As a topic.
When we are completely ill-prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to know things about the lore, but now it's all just irrelevant.
I feel like it's not even just like us as there is other casters on the LCK team who I feel like would have done a much better job. I'm certain Mao knows plenty of other lore.
I'm sure he does too. I imagine D-Gun does too, because like he did the base thing, like predicted Nongshim, knew that they were going to win.
I don't know if you know this, but Mao actually studied lore at university. He has a law degree.
Oh, that's why he says he's not a lawyer, because you don't spell lawyer like that. He studied L-O-R-E.
Right, exactly.
Oh, he'd be a lawyer.
And that's why he talks about video games instead of being like the guys from Suits, you know?
It makes sense. Oh. Man, that's actually kind of ruined things for me, though. Oh, we might have a bit of a fight here. That's an immediate flash out from Yahoo. They do manage to secure the dragon. As out goes Sponge with the assistance of a buster shot. Max range shot, though. He's going to connect onto Guga, and he knows that he is dead. That is going to be first blood very, very late here at 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Going to Teddy. There's trading happening as there's an Emperor's Divide also. Fisher is going to take a few Sand Soldier autos. Guga just dealing with that control ward in the meantime.
Okay, I'm not really following the lore now because
yeah, sorry.
It started to talk about Sand Soldiers. Are we in Shurima now?
Yeah, no, we're not. We're still looking for a blessed land, looking to trade with wealth for immortality.
Well, like the plates in the top lane.
Exactly, and the plates may have some of the, you know, the Fountain of Youth there, which I believe is the storyline that we're alluding to here, as he does manage to take that plate.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not the case. Not canon.
Yeah, I thought that was the crossover.
Was that retcon?
Maybe that was back in the day. You know, back when we had like King Rammus and Chosen Master Yi?
Yeah.
Back in the day where they were like, you know, we can do a little crossover.
It wasn't really, though, was it? All right, Fisher is going to get the bad news. Yahoo immediately jumps on him.
Oh, there's Platter.
There's the depth charge. You can't dodge that one, as he's now waiting for the rocket jump. Beautifully done there. Gets the flash out.
But it's just literal support, you know?
Yeah, straight up.
He's giving his money to his teammates, not taking...
That's where Pike gets all that money from, I think. I imagine that's probably part of the lore. As we could have a bit of a fight here. Teleport in from Fisher. Does take a little bit of damage there, but isn't too worried about it otherwise. As Nongshim setting themselves up for this first Mountain Drake. Guga just going to try and turn this engage. They managed to pick up the Jax, and he is absolutely destroyed. Beautifully done there. Guga just making things happen, but now Platter going to be able to take him down. The punishment is instant, and so is the sadness on Digon's face as they take control of this one. Another hook! And that buster shot, fantastic. Into the backline goes the Azir, but there's no one that was ready for it. Sylvie is going to do his attempt, and it's going to work way better as bring the man back up on the screen yet again, because Nongshim, they'll win the fight in the end. So he immediately repositions, and Teddy is fighting him right now. There's the flash, the barrier comes in, the burst fires, and finally Teddy will be able to take him down. Man, that looked dicey. But he's able to get the 1v1 against his opposite number.
The gold is pretty even, but Nongshim have 3 dragons. You can see here, it's this Q that ends up missing. That's so close.
Yeah,
all those 2 in the end.
Let's go.
Let's go. No translation required there. I know that feeling, when you're so jazzed, you're so locked in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't quite work out.
When you just get zeried.
Yeah, you just get zeried. He's here towards the bottom side. Fisher going to turn up as Dindin going to try and catch that wave. The rest of the team going to be here, but some free time with this outer turret and a little bit late on the rotation towards mid here, and they will lose their outer turret. Does mean that they get control of the river. DRX now moving over. Another hook is going to connect. There's the knock-up, and I don't know what Dindin was doing, but it just wasn't going to work out very well. As now Frog is throwing rocks around and Nongshim just trying to get out. The flash comes in, the hook, it still lands. Unbreakable Will does come on through there. It's another great headbutt as Sylvie is looking for the resets, but he's gonna be denied. Sponge looking to jump on top of Jiwoo here. Extendo Beam just cuts him down. That is a lot of damage. Nongshim still trying to stay amongst this, still trying to get a little bit of a way in. I don't think they're going to be able to do it 4 versus 3. 10 seconds until Dundun is up with teleport available. But this dragon, not long for the world right now. Fisher laying down these autos. Frog able to soak them relatively decently as the Sand Soldiers come on in. He's just not stopping. Yeah, I mean, Frog is about 50% right now. Sponge looking to take down his blue buff. Still very dangerous. This Baron does a lot of work, and they're like fish in a barrel. Sponge diving on in Emperor's Divide, and they're cutting them down. The Zeri takes the Baron, and Nongshim. It was one heck of a Hail Mary, but I don't think God was on their side this time. Fish is looking to try and grab themselves a little Krug on the other side, and Digon, he hasn't been here for that long. He doesn't really know, and got a taste of it right here as Fisher, he's split pushing, just wanted to try and pad those stats a little bit before this one, but Nexus turrets are now under fire. Frog will turn up to try and answer this push. And speaking of pushes, Teddy able to get a few more autos into this turret. We'll be able to take that first one down. Jiwoo wanting to get a little bit of an angle here as in goes the Skarner. That's another knock-up as Fleta going to get thrown around. They're looking to try and take him out here. He does get the ultimate off this time, but the Impale does come on through. Dundun not going to be able to all out his way out of this one. And it's a 4 versus 4, but Fisher is still very strong. Teddy taking a few autos there as they do try and dive on top. It's a 1-for-1 in the end of that little trade as well. As the Counter-Strike comes in, and Fisher! Oh no, he gets pushed back into the Counter-Strike as Teddy. He will go down in the end, but that is going to be the ace. It's a triple for the Jax, and 1 Nexus turret to be taken down. DRX will even out the series.
Looked so close to the end. Looked like Sylvie maybe was going to get the resets there, but the bounce back comes through. Sponge with a clutch play with the Counter-Strike.
That is what has won in both of these games thus far. Shoutouts, a lot of damage done on the Azir in the backs of these team fights. Very well done. But to go back to the Digon point, it is now side selection for Nongshim.